Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today for this month's Stamp Around UK video hop. The theme for this month is fun folds, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make a floating tiered side panel card. I'm also going to be using the Sale-a-bration Flight and Airy Designer Series paper, which you can find on page 6 of the Sale-a-bration brochure. So this is some papers which you can earn free of charge during Sale-a-bration until the end of February. So this is available, you can earn this with a qualifying order until the end of February of 2023. And it's some lovely, it's some really flowery, birdy paper. It's some really pretty paper. It's really, really nice to use. So that's what I'm going to be using today for this one here. Anything you see us using, you can purchase via our online shop. So links to that can be found on the screen right now, as well as links down below in the description. So you can find all of that. So if you'd like to purchase anything you see us using, then do please use those links and head over to our online shop, where we will be happy to assist you if you've got any questions as well. Also remember, this is a video hop, so do have a little look down below as well in the description for the remainder of the links for this video hop, as everyone has got the same theme of fun folds, so I'm sure you're going to have some amazing ideas and projects to case and have a look and give you lots of inspiration. So yes, they can all be found down below in the description. So I'm going to crack on with the demonstration, so sit back, relax and enjoy. What you're going to need to do is I'm going to be using some basic white cardstock. So you want to take a bit of basic white cardstock here, measuring 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. You would also need 2 other pieces of basic white as well, some thick as well, measuring 4 1/2 inches by 3 1/8 inch, and also another piece here measuring 3 1/2 inches by 2 1/8 inch. So that's what you're going to need right there. You're going to need to have your chosen designer series paper. So got my one piece here which is measuring 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. I've also got another piece here measuring 4 1/4 by 2 7/8, and another piece here measuring 3 1/4 by 1 7/8. So that's what you're going to need. My decoration pieces, what I've got here is I've already gone ahead and I've gone and fussy cut out some of these lovely birds here from the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. And I've used a little bit of scrap paper right here, some basic white thick, just to cut out a circle. Now that circle has been cut out using the Everyday Details dies. So these are some lovely dies which we've got going here. So circles, it puts some of these nice little stitching or these dots in it as well, and you do these in circles and rectangles. So these are really, really pretty and very, very handy to have in your stash at the moment. I'm going to be using a sentiment from the Sending Smiles here. I'm going to use the birthday wishes because it's a nice size and it's nice and easy to cut out. So that one there is what I'm going to be using for the sentiment. So that's that. So let's just pop those pieces to one side. So we're going to start off with our larger piece here first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it in my trimmer and I'm going to score this at 4 1/8 inch. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to then score it at every 1 inch after that. So 4 1/8 inch, 5 1/8 inch, 6 1/8 inch, and 7 1/8. Okay, so that's that one there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it back in the trimmer again, and I've got all of those score lines which we've got at the top here, and I want to line this up at 2 inches. And I want to cut this down, so I'm going to just do this down at the bottom down here. It's a little bit easier because I've got the trimmer, whereas I can see down the bottom here. It's a bit easier. I'm going to do this at 2 inches, and I'm going to cut down to that first score line. So my head's just going to pop in a moment there. So down to that first score line. So I've got that. I'm then going to take this to 1 inch. And then I'm going to then cut between the third one. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to be cutting at 1 inch between the 2 score lines here. So let's just bring this up. So I've got the first one here. Skip this one here, go to this one here, but do it at 1 inch. Put the blade in. And then basically we can cut, actually I said between, you can cut the whole thing down to the score line. That makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so we were at 2 inches down to the first line, and then at 1 inch down to the third score line. And then we want to then pop the trimmer in. I want to line this up at 1 inch, and I want to take away that top square, and then pop it in at 2 inches, and then cut away that one there. I also do need to just, I meant to go down to that cut line. So at 1 inch down to the basically take away that, so you've kind of like taken away that, you've made a little bit of a step. And then what we want to do is I want to then cut in at an angle and then cut away that piece and then this piece right here. So I'm lining up that score line in with the track, the other piece in with the track, and then just coming down and then doing like so. Okay, so you created this little step going on. Now once you've done that, we can then fold and burnish all of these. Okay, so we're folding in like we would do an ordinary card, and then we're going to fold back, and fold back. So you've got this going in a concertina fold right here. Okay, so that there is what you have now got. So you've gone and folded all of that in, you've gone and cut your pieces away to kind of create this step, and then you can fold and burnish all of those marks to kind of concertina up like this. That there is basically your fun fold of your floating tiered panel card. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these pieces and we're going to take our designer series paper now as well, which I've already gone ahead and I've gone and pre-cut. We're going to pop one which is going on here. Now I really like this blue one because it kind of reminds me of sky, which I thought worked quite well with the birds. So we're just going to stick this to the back here. Like so. And then we're going to then take these pieces and then we're going to then stick our designer series paper on like this and like this. But before you do that, just double check that you're happy with how these are going on, because this one here is going to fit perfectly on that panel which you've just gone and done there. And then the second one is then also going to fit perfectly on that one like that. Okay, so if you've had to snip anything away here, if you've made any mistakes or it's too big or it's too small or anything like that, it doesn't, obviously if it's too big just cut it down a little bit. If it's too small it doesn't matter, because obviously just make sure that when you stick this down you just line it up with the edge of the card like so. Alright, but we can go ahead and we can then stick our designer series paper onto this now. And that one goes on like that. And then we can then stick that one on to that piece over there. So we want to pop some glue on that panel there and then butt it up against it. There we go, and then just stick that in as is. Okay. And then whilst it's still dry, just make sure everything butts up along the bottom quite nicely. And then do the same for this next piece. So I'm going to use that side now. Goes on quite nicely, and then that one can then get stuck to that front panel like so. Like that. And then we then stick this piece to this front panel here. Again, paying attention, making sure it's all lined up along the edge. And on the bottom. And there we have it. Nice contrast of papers going on there as well. You've got this lovely blue sky, nice floral, and your greens going on down here. And that's your card, which will then stand up like that. So that there is the concept of the floating tiered side panel card. Opens up nicely. You can either pop something in here, a sentiment in the middle there, or you've got space on the back there which you can write your message and your sentiments as well. But just to decorate this, what we're going to do is I'm going to take my circle from my Everyday Details dies, my birds which I've fussy cut from the papers, and I'm just going to grab myself another scrap bit of paper here, and I'm going to cut myself a sliver off. So I've got some scraps, and it's approximately, it's around about half an inch, sorry, about a quarter of an inch is what we need. Might even be a little bit bigger actually, but we'll see. Quarter of an inch maybe. Well, it might be. It's going to be tight. I can probably go a little bit bigger actually, but let's just see. So I'm going to use the birthday wishes. Look at that. Perfect. So that birthday wishes is on a piece there which is half an inch thick, and that's just a perfect size for that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my snips and then we'll take it off that side there. That's why I like these longer, thinner sentiments like this, because I think they're really, really handy to pop on little bits like that. And then with the decoration here, we're just going to take this and this. I think we're kind of going to go a little bit like that, but it's kind of going to be a little bit off-centered. So I'm going to go like so. So I'm going to stick that down onto some dimensionals. So I reckon let's stick that down flat. Remembering not to come over too much onto one side here. So it's just overhanging that edge. And then they can then go on like that. So we'll use some dimensionals and we're going to stick to some dimensionals on the bird. So I can go down on this one here and over to this flower here. With my dimensionals. Like that. And then let's just stick these on that circle. There we have it, and then we'll take the sentiment which we've got, and that's going to go on like this as well. So I'm going to use the mini dimensionals here. Let's just see if these fit. This may even be too tiny for this. Never. So that one can then go on like that, and I kind of need another mini around about the W, so I can stick that in there And then let's just stick those between that and that. And then we can have ourselves some lovely birthday wishes, which is there. So that there is a really simple fun fold card for you. I think it's very easy to do, okay, and it's a great way of using up your designer series paper. And there we have it. So that there is a floating tiered side panel card. Hope you've enjoyed watching that and you have a go at recreating that yourselves. So as I said, do remember this is a video hop, so links to everyone else can be found down below in the description. Have a little check out on what other stuff they've gone and done, and also have a little look at what other stuff we've done on the hop as well. So just check out Stamp Around UK, and we've had lots of themes every single month, which has been some interesting stuff out there, so do check it out as well. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again on our regular lives on a Wednesday and a Sunday, and for Fun Fold Fridays. If not, we will see you again here again on the 1st of March for next month's Stamp Around UK video hop, which I believe is a sketch, so that could be interesting as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Take care for now. Bye bye.